What's good, family? It's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Boxing community. Before you go any further in the video, let's like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel. All right, this is my take on the 2022 upcoming Bayou Classic this weekend. In the previous video, I kind of gave a wrap up of the rest of the season for Southern, and I kind of look ahead to this weekend's Bayou Classic. I'm kind of gonna go a little bit more in depth about the game in particular, as opposed to just a wrap up of the rest of the season. Going into this year's Bayou Classic, Southern is 6-4, 4-3 in the SWAC. Grambling is 3-7 in the 3-7 overall. They're 2-5 in SWAC. So both teams, they've had better records, especially head-to-head in terms of individually going into the Bayou Classic in years past. In many instances, whoever win the Bayou Classic will go to the SWAC championship game. In this particular instance, if Southern wins, then Southern will go to the SWAC championship game to play against Jackson State. If Grambling wins, then Prairie View will have a rematch from last year's SWAC championship game against Jackson State. Jackson State is already locked in. Southern is trying to punch their ticket. Specifically, if I was Southern, what would be my strategy and game plan going into the game? First and foremost, on the offensive side, Bashawn McCray has to play well. He's going to have to make some plays from the pocket. However, Southern is going to have to keep their penalties and turnovers to a minimum. Southern, like the last handful of games of the season, a lot of penalties, some turnovers, but, not a whole lot of turnovers, but more than anything, the penalties are just ridiculous. In particular, all-sides penalties on the defensive side of the ball, false start on the offensive side of the ball, holding on the offensive side of the ball also. And Southern offense, they lean heavily on a running game. So if I was Southern, I would stick to the script. I would lean heavily on the running game with the running backs, Gerard Sims, Carl Lygan. I would lean heavily on the running game. In addition to that, I would let Bashawn McCray get involved also. He runs a lot of zone read option. And, despite which back it is, whether it's Kendrick Grimes, Carl Lygan, Gerard Sims, they lean heavily on a zone read option game. And then I just would have him make timely plays in the pocket. I wouldn't rely on him dropping back to pass the ball every single play, but he's going to have to make some plays in the pocket at some point. In addition, if Southern were to win, they would play in the SWAC championship game, and as a result, if I was Coach Dooley, at some point I would try to get Glendon Bubba McDaniel in the game, give him some reps, because he struggled in their last home game of the season against Mississippi Valley. I think at some point, even if you just decide, hey, I'm going to stick with Bashawn McCray, at some point he needs to give Glendon McDaniel some reps, just in case you do make it to the SWAC championship game and Bashawn McCray isn't playing well, or if he gets injured or whatever the case may be, you won't have him prepared. You don't want him to struggle the way he did against Mississippi Valley. On the defensive side of the ball, the huge issue is, the secondary struggled against FAMU. For the most part, Southern defense has been solid most of the season, but it's like the last month or so they kind of been touch and go. Certain games they struggle to stop the running game, like for example against Alcorn State, and then in other instances against a team like FAMU, they struggled in the secondary in terms of defensive back making plays. And to be truthful, in that game they struggled to stop both the run and pass. So it's going to be imperative that The defense plays well. I mean, I know Grambling. This isn't like the best Grambling team of all time. I've seen a lot of Grambling teams that's far better than this particular team. Coach Hugh Jackson, you know, former NFL head coach, he's building the program, so they're struggling at this point. However, they can't look beyond Grambling. They can't play down to the level of the competition. Southern has done that a few times during the course of the season. They didn't play their best game against Mississippi Valley. They didn't play their best game against Virginia Lynchburg. Many individuals will look at the scores of those two games and think, well, hey, Southern was dominant. Not really. Basically, it just was the level of opposition that they played, and they were just able to not put their best foot forward and still be successful. So it's going to be imperative that they don't take Grambling lightly, and that they come to the Superdome ready to play and ready to take care of business. So overall, they just need to clean up all the penalties on both sides of the ball. They need to play with a lot more discipline. Don't turn the football over. On the offensive side of the ball, lean heavily on the running game and make timely plays in the passing game. And on the defensive side of the ball, definitely take away all the silly penalties, and especially in terms of the offsides penalties, because Southern, they jump offsides a lot on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of encroachment penalties. And in many instances, it's the defensive linemen. Usually, you know, the guys that's up front over the ball that shouldn't jump. You know, they lack discipline, and, you know, they jump off sides a lot. So it's going to be imperative that they don't have all the silly penalties. Of course, going into this particular game, Southern is the heavy favorite. So, I mean, they're just going to have to just put their best foot forward, not play down to the level of competition, and just take care of business so you go into the SWAC championship game. Jordan Lewis, on the defense side of the ball, he's been, I haven't been seeing him since the Jackson State game. I know prior to that he was suspended because he was in a pregame fight against Prairie View. Thereafter, he played in the J-State game. He got injured. I haven't been seeing him the last few weeks. I've been watching for him, but haven't been seeing him. So hopefully he plays in the Bayou Classic. Him and Dumas, hopefully up front they could be disruptive and they could wreak havoc for Grambling. So it's going to be imperative that the defense plays well, especially the secondary. Like I said, they had a couple lapses against Valley, not too many, but for the most part they really struggled against FAMU. So it's going to be imperative that the defense plays well, that the running game is real productive, and that Southern cuts down on the penalties, and that they don't turn the ball over, because it's definitely a winnable game. A huge favorite going into the game. So they just need to take care of business so they could live to play another day and move forward to the SWAC championship game. So that's so much for this video. Again, it's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. And you can follow me at Coach 67 Sports TV on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, especially here on YouTube. Also, I want you to follow my tag team partner, my ward in my round, Jared 011 Green. We have a weekly show, Southern Ballers, where we talk about football, SWAC football in particular, HBCU football, NFL football, and just college football just in general. We have a live stream once a week. Just do me a favor, go over and subscribe to his channel. Check us out on Southern Ballers Talk. This past week, we did a real in-depth breakdown of the SWAC and Celebration Bowl potential matchups, so on and so forth. So that's it for this video. Again, like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel. Again, it's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDPC. In the next video, we're going to talk about if Southern, if they actually get past Grambling, what changes could they make to have a much better performance against Jackson State. I'll address that in the next video. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal day. Peace and blessings.